What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop. In this episode, we'll be doing weekend wrap. Let's get into it. So before we do jump straight into it, I think I'm going to change it up for these weekend wraps a little bit. Previously, it was just talking about Collingwood's other sort of teams, but I think these ones leading from finals and stuff, we'll be talking about, what's happened in round 22, round 23, round 24, and all that stuff with all the other teams. So keep it a little bit different, keep it a little bit spicy, because there is so much to talk about. We will sort of talk about Collingwood's other sides, and then we'll jump into the round that was. Or maybe that should be another video. Interesting. Well, let's keep it at the weekend wrap for now, and you let me know if you want another video that's like the round that was. Let me know your thoughts down below, because I love making these videos and I'd love to please you. I'm a people pleaser. It's one of my positives and negatives in life. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let's just get into this weekend wrap. So starting off where we usually start off with the Pies. The VFL boys smashed Southport. Carmichael had a great game. Reece McGuinness had a great game. Nathan Kruger went off injured with a shoulder. There hasn't been any talks about what's going on with him. We'll probably get an injury update on Tuesday in regard to him. Finn McRae just bossed the midfield like he usually bloody does. I'd be very surprised if he didn't get a call up against Essendon now that, Bo McCreary, we're not challenging his 1 week ban. Nathan Murphy looks to be out for 2 weeks. So there's a lot of changes coming up. Steele Sidebottom didn't do main training, or not main training, but didn't do full training today with the boys. So bit banged up bodies. I'd love to give Finn a go against the Bombers after what happened to them on the weekend. I think Finn deserves at least one game, and then we'll just see where that sort of takes us. And if he can show us the promised land that everyone's been saying that he's going to show us. In regard to that VFL game, that was the last game of the regular season. We are 8th on the table now, which means that we have made it into the wildcard rounds. We will be playing off against Richmond at Swinburne University on Sunday the 27th, which is this coming Sunday. So that's obviously a knockout round, so an elimination to go into finals with VFL, because there's 20 teams or 20 something teams. They do a top 10, and then from 10 to 8 or whatever it is, they've got 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, from 7, 8, 9, 10, they've got a wildcard weekend, so elimination finals. So that's going to be huge. So Collingwood snuck in after a here and there sort of season and losing a couple of close games and stuff like that. But like I said in my previous video, we need this VFL team to go along with the boys, because there's going to be banged up bodies, tired bodies, injuries as well. So you want your VFL team to mirror what your AFL team is doing. That means making finals. That means going deep into September, and we can see, keep players in form, and if we drop players or whatever it may be, they need to have that match fitness, match practice ready to go. The only other Collingwood team to play was our AFLW girls in the practice match. They lost to Fremantle 30-31, so they lost by a point. And there's not really much to sort of report. It was a preseason match. It wasn't it was sort of not televised, but you could find streams on it and stuff like that. The girls were down. I think they had kicked 1 goal 6 up until 3/4 time. They came back in that last quarter. Unfortunately, didn't get the win, but it's looking good. I know we've lost our 2 practice matches, but the season starts on September 1. We'll do a little bit of a video there. Hopefully I can get my special guest in, because I'd love to speak to, and I'd love for you guys to see that as well. So fingers crossed that sort of works out. But we did lose our last 2 practice matches, but I think we're in a great position. Bree Davey comes back, Britt Benici comes back. I know we lose Chloe. I know Jamie Lambert, Steph Kershey as well. So we do lose a couple of players, but we're a young, energetic team, and I think we'll do okay. I definitely think we'll make finals this year. I'll do a bit of a predictions video later on. Now we'll get into the round that was. If you want this as a separate video, again, let me know your thoughts down below. But what an insane round to lead into finals. So what happened this round was Sydney came out of nowhere. They were shot 6-7 weeks ago. They're playing finals. St Kilda under Ross Lyon have secured finals. Carlton, for the first time in 10 years, have secured finals. And those 3 teams, for the 120, I think I was reading today, the 126 years that they've been in competition together, Those three teams haven't played finals together. This will be the first time, which is insane. But editor's note, it's actually the first time Carlton, St Kilda and Melbourne in 126 seasons will be in finals together. Still, absolutely insane though. Like, you know, St Kilda they started off really strong, then dipped a little bit. Sydney as well, they obviously were in the grand final last year. They dipped a little bit along with Geelong, and then they come good. And then there's Carlton, like, what were they, whatever their thing was, they were ridiculous. They won 1 in 8 games, and then had 7 losses or whatever. And then to win 9 in a row is just look, taking my Collingwood hat off and taking my absolute pure hatred for this freaking football club. I hate them so much, right? Taking that hat off, it's incredible. It's incredible what they've done. What that means for finals, who knows? But, Patrick Cripps, one of the knocks on Cripps has been that he's played, X amount of games, won a Brownlow, but never played a final. Now, these guys are starting to play finals. And, for a team that's full of first-round picks and really good trade acquisitions and first-rounders and first-round picks and all the XYZ, they were eventually going to come good. And we kind of had that last year, but we've seen that now this year, especially with winning 9 in a row and how they've been able to win it, beating Gold Coast at that, which sort of guaranteed them. Charlie Curnow going down back. So you got to take off your Collingwood hat and hatred and just say awesome, cool. Hope we don't go to in finals, because I just can't do it. I don't think my heart can really take it. What else happened that round is the Giants have given themselves the best opportunity to play finals. It all comes down to the last game against Carlton as well. They definitely need to win that one, especially if the Bulldogs, after their loss to the West Coast Eagles, they lost to the West Coast Eagles, really stuffed up the Western Bulldogs. Who saw that coming? Like, West Coast Eagles are now off the bottom of the ladder. They're going to probably miss out on pick 1, which historically hasn't been the best pick 1. But you would think now that North Melbourne don't win next week and they take Harley Reid. And the other one was the Giants absolutely smashing Essendon to the tune of 126 points. It has been a wild season. And that round, the last couple of rounds has been crazy, right? The last couple of rounds have been absolutely crazy. And it's just culminated into this round. And then the biggest topic, again, is the ARC system. Like, how... Just Adelaide, I feel so bad for Adelaide losing like that. Goal umpire doesn't check, calls it behind, 45 seconds left or whatever. And then you see all this footage start coming out, fan cam footage and stuff like that. And the ball clearly wasn't touched by the post or anything like that. And then the AFL come out and say, yeah, look, if that was reviewed, it would have been a goal. And for Adelaide to miss out on a finals appearance because of an umpiring error like that, when we are a multi-billion-dollar business, is just pathetic, really. I know that they, on Twitter, I said that every goal should be reviewed. Misspoke a little bit, because every goal does get reviewed, but it should be every score should be reviewed. Now, in the EPL, I'm a big Man City fan, EPL soccer fan. What happens is, I know it slows down play a little bit, the VAR, when they sort of go to it, but I would rather play slow down and a goal not be celebrated straight away because, an offside occurred, or they're just checking for this, checking for that, and then the celebration happens, or then, the agony of missing out happens. I'd rather that than what we witnessed yesterday. Same with the Melbourne game as well, and same with Jeremy Cameron's goal where it got handballed out of bounds. That should have been called back, right? But I think after those 3 or 4 mistakes, in the last few weeks especially, the AFL will start to implement better technology. They have to stop using 7-Eleven security camera footage, because it's absolutely stupid. And Eddie Maguire's talking about microchips and balls, anything. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, and we're supposed to be a professional sport. We're made to look like amateurs when this rubbish it just keeps happening, and it's just no good. And Adelaide just have to cop it. You can't, I said, overturn the result, and that was me being over dramatic, but you can't overturn the result because there was still time for Sydney to go down and kick a goal. So Sydney get into the finals because of this. Adelaide miss out on finals because of this. It could have been flipped around. The script could have been flipped, and you feel for them. It's crazy. Like it's absolutely nuts. And even could you just imagine if that was Collingwood? 100,000 members storming and rioting outside of AFL headquarters is exactly what would have happened. I said at the start of the year that this was going to be an absolutely exciting season, and it has just been exciting from round 1 to round 23. We've got one more week. Can you believe that we've got one more week of the football? And yes, we are privileged to see our team in finals, and we get an extra at least 2 weeks of finals. Hopefully it's 4 weeks of finals, but it's just gone just so quickly, and now we'll be out. We won't be seeing the guys anymore in a few weeks' time, and for 10 teams that they're not seeing their AFL M team anymore. Yes, we've got the AFLW to sort of ease us through the sort of summer, spring and summer, but for the AFL season to go that quickly, it just really puts time into perspective, right? It's just nuts, like, which means that it's drawing to the end of the year. We're already we're about to be in September. Oh man, I'm going through an existential crisis. But look, I'm just going to leave that here because I could just keep talking about the footy all bloody day. But look, that's just been my weekend wrap, the round that was. Let me know if you wanted me to do 2 separate videos on this. I should have been doing this from the start of the year. I should have been recapping every round so far. And let me know your thoughts. I love making these videos and I always want to continue doing it. So until then, like, comment, please subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.